to another episode.
Yo, welcome back. Welcome back to the Daily Yap. It is obviously another Yappisode, Yappisode 42. So welcome back. I hope everybody has been having a lovely Saturday. It has been a lot going on. World Cup. I don't know if anybody's interested in that type of stuff, but I have definitely been watching the World Cup. I know Argentina is on right now. So, I don't know what you guys are interested in, but I definitely got some hobbies that involve soccer, pickleball, obviously basketball, cardio, all that good stuff. So I hope y'all have a great Saturday, relaxing Saturday. Obviously, we are here because we got a lot to yap about. So there are things that involved a lot of stress in this beautiful Saturday. There are a lot of things that has gone on today and yesterday that just, oh my gosh, it's crazy. But that's why we are here. So that way we can decompress everything that I'm assuming that y'all have read or seen today. And it's a lot. But we provide a safe space here. We talk it out, chop it up, and just, like I said, decompress at this time of night. So I appreciate y'all for joining in. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button if you are new to the channel. We are on the road to 25K. I think 25K, and I appreciate all the support along the way. Also, like I mentioned last time, I'm adding this to the daily vitamins of opening the show. If you would like to support the channel, and on top of that, majority of it is Baby Yapper number 2. You can find that link right here. I wouldn't say a link, but it is right here on buymeacoffee.com. It is Jay the Yapper is the Jay the Yapper 1. Yeah, Jay the Yapper 1 on buymeacoffee.com if you want to support Baby Yapper number 2. That is coming. I'm thinking this week. I'm not gonna lie. My vote was always the 23rd. But I don't know. There's been some things going on lately that's just been a little weird. And I don't know. This week might be the week. So if you want to support the channel, support Baby Yapper number 2 on the way, coming. Buymeacoffee.com, Jay the Yapper 1. But without further ado, let's get to it. Oh my goodness. Y'all talking about that I fall asleep? No, I'm up tonight. I didn't take a nap. I didn't need one. I'm good. I'm ready to yap. I did not take it out. Put my son down to sleep. Pull in everything that I need for the show tonight that we need to talk about. And I'm locked and loaded. So I hope y'all ready to chop it up. I hope y'all ready to yap. Yeah, and we on time today. Absolutely. 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 I appreciate it. Congrats, Baby Yap number 2. I appreciate it so much. Without further ado, let's get into the episode. A lot has gone on in the last 1 to 2 days, especially since the wrap up, fresh haircut. Yes, I'll be cutting my own hair, man. It takes a lot of time. I don't like going to the barber spending $50, man. I just can't. I can't do that. I'm used to the $10 to $20 cuts that I was used to my whole life back in the day. Nowadays, folks talking about $50 with a tip. Can't do it. I might mess up. Like I messed up like right here a little bit on my hair. I don't care. It's free. I got it for the free ski. So I'm okay if I mess up here and there on my haircut. But a lot has gone on in this week. Obviously, we had the Tyler Robinson preliminary hearing, days 1 through 5, Monday through Friday, and it was absolutely chaotic. I mean, day 1 through 5 was crazy. I can tell you this: it is not at all a mountain of evidence, which is what they try to tell us. And I'm not trying to hear this whole wait for the trial to come whenever that is, because the judge has to make his decision in September. I'm not trying to hear that, because they gassed up this preliminary hearing. This didn't just come out of nowhere. We didn't just make up the preliminary hearing and expecting them to show everything. No. They are the ones that said, wait till you see more evidence. This preliminary hearing that's why it's called the evidentiary or evidential. I think it's evidential. But that's what they're talking about. It's a preliminary hearing when they're going to bring more evidence to the table to show probable cause. And so they told us it was going to be a mountain of evidence, and it wasn't at all. Maybe an anthill. It might be an anthill. A mountain, I highly disagree. It was not much going on. It was things that we already pretty much heard about. We might have got like a little bit more details. We've gone through it this week throughout these Yappisodes. We have gone through some of the evidence they have brought forward, at least most of it. But one thing that we have not talked about, which is what's going to be a very hot topic tonight, is day 5 of the preliminary hearing. And the craziest thing about day 5 is they've been talking about all week that they do not have a video of Tyler Robinson pulling the trigger, right? Taking the shot. The prosecution team has already said that under oath to the judge that they don't have the video of him doing that. But they have a lot of things around that, such as a figure going to the roof around said time, that we all know what kind of the timeline of what happened. There's a person in a prone position around the time of the gunshot. And then there's a person running away, obviously using context clues here. So at 12:23 and 30 seconds or 12:24, probably 12:23 and 30 to 50 seconds, somebody should be running away if they're saying somebody was on the roof. So that's the only thing that they really have. They don't really have, look, it's clear as day, Tyler Robinson walking up to the roof. We can see his face. You can see the muzzle flash. You can see the recoil off the gun. You can see the shot. They have already said they don't have that. Day 5 comes around, and Erica Kirk and her team, her representative, they have been begging for, I guess, the release of more evidence, which is very ironic because we played it in the last episode that Erica talked about having to seen it all. She saw it all. I seen it all. I saw all the evidence. We got our guy. She has said that on numerous interviews when she was going on her press tour. Well, if you saw it all, then why is your representative begging for more evidence to be shown? Probably to push more propaganda, because they didn't have enough propaganda to push, if you want to be honest. They tried to push Lance Twiggs and that he was going to come out and just point out Tyler Robinson, and that was going to be the smoking gun. Well, Lance Twiggs, like we talked about in the last episode, Lance Twiggs gets up there. They show him, I believe, 6 pictures of Tyler Robinson with the blurry security camera footage that we saw too. And Lance Twiggs, at the first 4, he said, I can't 100% like definitively say that's Tyler Robinson. I mean, the camera footage is blurry. I can't 100% definitively say that. Which is crazy because y'all tell me this is your lover, right? Somebody, if you've seen night in and night out, day in and day out. Just because they're turned to the side doesn't mean that you all of a sudden don't know who that is, right? I'm not an idiot. So hopefully TikTok don't like language like that. But I'm not an idiot, right? So just because my lover is turned to the side, I all of a sudden can't realize who that is. I can't identify him. But in the last 2 pictures, he was like, yeah, well, the last 2 pictures, he definitely has a hat. He definitely that hat doesn't look familiar. He definitely has, those sunglasses. He has a black shirt. He has those jeans. And it's like, you're just describing the picture. That still doesn't prove that you can point that out to be Tyler Robinson. But he did say in those final 2 pictures, he can definitely say that it looks like him. That's what he said. So nothing around this preliminary hearing made sense. The issue is that also in day 5, they talked about showing a video, but this video is not allowed to be seen by the public. And we all kind of assumed what this was going to be because the judge already said that I'm not going to let y'all show this video of allegedly Tyler Robinson on the roof because it's too many alterations. It's too many enhancements to the video. Y'all trying to zoom in, circle objects. And the judge pretty much was like, if you got to do all of that, it's not a clean cut, clear as day video that is Tyler Robinson. So I'm not going to show that. However, they begged and begged and begged and begged. And they showed it to the courtroom, but not the public. And because of that, right, that was the single mistake that they made all week. It's been pretty transparent. I mean, it's been some redactions, but again, it's the preliminary hearing, so that was expected. But all week they have been pretty fair. And this one video to wrap up day 5, they don't show the public. And that's the video that everybody chose to run around on X and say, that was it. That was the smoking gun. That was the high quality 4K footage of Tyler Robinson taking the shot. We saw it with our own eyes. That was him. He can't deny it. And they ran with that. And I was sitting here trying to figure out, like, what just happened? They just said all week they didn't have the video. All week the prosecution team said that. So it's not like the prosecution team is playing chess. You're under oath. You know what I mean? So you can't sit here and just lie and then come up with a game plan for 4 days later, 3 days later. If you say you ain't got the video, you ain't got the video. So the video that they showed in the courtroom, I'm going to use my context clues, is something that we already saw, which is, and it's already been on X. It's that security camera footage of like the parking lot that's looking onto the Losi Center, the building or whatever. It's the same footage. They just zoomed it in. But because we didn't see it, they tried to emotionally manipulate everybody and say that was the video where we got to see Tyler Robinson pull the trigger. It was gruesome. It was so tough to watch. It made Erica cry. And I'm sitting here like, what are you talking about? Where's the video? Oh, they didn't show it to the public. They only showed it to Turning Point USA people in the courtroom. Of course. Of course. Of course. And so that has been the talk of the last like 2 days about that. And it is just so annoying because, again, the preliminary hearing, I don't know about y'all. I've played it in the background while I'm working and stuff like that. And it's an 8 to 10 hour situation. Like, it's an 8 to 10 hour thing all day. So I'm like, the fact that y'all was doing this for 8 to 10 hours every day, I think one day was a half day, but every day of the week, it was 8 to 10 hours, except that one day that was a half day. And the one day that y'all don't show something on camera, which y'all been doing all week, that's the smoking gun evidence. Of course. And now we're supposed to sit here and believe TPUSA. Like, we're supposed to sit here and believe Brandon Tatum coming out of the courtroom saying, I saw it, the 4K footage. So it truly pissed me off because it's just like, of course, they waited. All right, I'm back. I don't know why the Wi-Fi did that. It did that like 3 or 4 Yappisodes ago too. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't know if they might have my Wi-Fi hacked. They might, but I'm okay. If y'all can y'all hear me or see me? Can y'all hear me and see me? Is it both? Is it just one or the other? Y'all can hear me, but you can't see me. Just audio only. Oh, they trying to mess up my stream for real. Okay, bro. Frozen image. All right. Let me see. Okay. Test it again. Can you hear me or see me? Or see me and hear me? One or the other. Which one? Both. Are we good? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Black screen. Okay, let me black screen with no audio. All right, let me try this again. All right, trying it again. Testing. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Hopefully it's both. Let me know. I just refreshed the page. I just exit out all my browsers, brought it back. What's going on? What's the word? Please tell me I'm back. Audio. All right. Let me I've been compromised. Let me reset my laptop. Restart my laptop. So quick intermission. Give me like 3 minutes. All right. Testing again. Can you hear me or see me? I just reset my computer, restarted my computer, and hopefully we are good to go. We're back. Okay. All right. I don't know, y'all. I really don't. I'm clueless. I know it's happened about 2 or 3, maybe 4 times before. I don't know. My Wi-Fi doesn't cut out all day. Everything's fine. I work from home. I'm on calls all the time. It only happens on stream. I don't know. I don't know, bro. But it made me lose my train of thought. So let me jump straight into some of the things that we have been some of the things that we have seen over the last 24 hours of the propaganda being pushed. They watching me. Is Lisa? That's funny. It's something's going on. It is strange. I don't know. I can't figure it out. Let's see. All right, so let's play some of the propaganda that has been pushed since this secret video. Oh my gosh, I'm getting PTSD. Another secret video has been released that we aren't able to see, but only TPUSA has been able to see it, and whoever else that was in the courtroom, which we're gonna get to because somebody in the courtroom was able to fact check if TPUSA is telling the truth, and all of Brandy, who is the person that was also in the courtroom. She said all of TPUSA is lying. That footage that they showed in the courtroom was not the smoking gun and this crazy 4K quality footage, this high quality surveillance of Tyler Robinson pulling the trigger. She said she was in there. That's not what they showed at all. It was the same angle from the parking lot. But listen to what some of these people said that from TPUSA that was in the courtroom. And when they came out, let's hear the propaganda that they chose to push. Bro, there we go.
We're outside of the 4th District Courthouse here in Utah. The Charlie Kirk preliminary murder trial just wrapped. We were there and witnessed everything, and you have to hear this. because it was devastating what we watched. And the judge ruled that you can't see the high definition quality video 4K of Tyler Robinson committing the murder of Charlie Kirk.
I need y'all to understand. I'm sure y'all understand. I'm talking to some great people here. 4K, right? My camera is in 4K. And it probably still is being minimized a little bit from all of the connections and getting to the stream and all of that. But my camera is originally 4K. And you sitting here trying to tell me that they saw a video that was like this. No, I'm not buying it, bro. All week we have not seen 4K footage. But of course, the footage that they don't show, it's 4K high quality. And then look at his wife behind him. His wife is literally like, bro, I'm just married to him for his money.
But we saw it, and they played it on giant screens inside committing the murder of Charlie Kirk. But we saw it, and they played it on giant screens inside of the courthouse. You can see clearly Tyler Robinson's face. You can see crystal clear.
His wife's not buying what he's saying. It's embarrassing. She's back there for emotional support. Honey, get behind me. It's going to make the video look better. It's going to make people believe me. She doesn't believe a single thing this man is saying, but she do love his money.
The license plate number on his vehicle, his movements on the rooftop, you can time it up to when Charlie Kirk was murdered. And what you also couldn't see was what happened inside of the courthouse. Erica Kirk was sobbing in the arms of her mother-in-law, Charlie's mother, Mrs. Kirk. Feet away is Tyler Robinson, pale, sallow, bony, emaciated, staring at the floor the whole time, twitching and looking straight ahead, refuses to watch the video, refused to make eye contact with the family. Emotional day. The judge played all 20 minutes.
What did you... I get the point of them trying to make Tyler Robinson look like this monster. But what you expect him to do? Turn around and stare at Erica in the eyes as the video is playing? Tyler Robinson just looked straight forward, didn't even look at the video, didn't even look at the family. What did you want him to do during this video? That's honestly more weird if he were to just turn around, turn his entire chair, stare at Erica while the video is playing in court. What?
Of the high definition security footage, and the whole courthouse gasped when it was over. It was really tough to watch. The prosecution has a demonstrable, overwhelming case. They said that multiple times. The defense has nothing. They asked minutiae questions about DNA evidence, but the judge was just shooing them along.
Oh, the DNA evidence, like Lance Twiggs' DNA being on the screwdriver, the towel, that little bit of DNA evidence, right? Lance Twiggs' DNA being on things that are at a crime scene, but that person is given immunity, and we're going to minimize that? Okay.
As we get to this 4K video reveal that will eventually be made public, it's already...
No, it won't. I mean, I'm just going to guess it now because I like to guess stuff. There's this pattern recognition thing where, like, when TPUSA goes on this thing about, like, you will see this video, you just wait. I'm like, no, we won't. Because if we do, y'all are going to look stupid. If we don't, y'all get to forever hold the narrative and push the propaganda of we saw this 4K footage and y'all didn't. Y'all just don't know what it looked like. That would make more sense logically moving forward. There's no way they're actually going to release a video that's in 4K that y'all are going to be proven wrong that y'all did not see. That has not happened since this entire Charlie Kirk situation has gone down. They have been proven to be liars, but like as far as, for example, the Aspen video, we had that and it was like, y'all literally told us that y'all saw a video. Y'all have a video of Charlie Kirk saying this. Here is the video, and it does not happen. Y'all are liars. Like, that hasn't happened yet. It's not going to come out of this 4K footage. It doesn't exist.
A case that is overwhelming against Tyler Robinson. But once you see this video, you will cast out all of the demons that have been attacking the Kirk family. It has been one of the most...
What? Did he just try to get religious on us?
Grotesque will cast out overwhelming against Tyler Robinson. But once you see this video, you will cast out all of the demons that have been attacking the Kirk family.
What? Once I see the video, I'm going to cast out all the demons that's been attacking the Kirk family. I don't know if that makes sense there, buddy.
It has been one of the most grotesque demonic evils that have been visited upon innocent people has happened to this beautiful family. Once you see all of the evidence that we saw today, it's over. And that's what the lawyers said today. Please pray. Erica Kirk asked us
The lawyer
to do this. It's over. And that's to this beautiful family. Once you see all of the evidence that we saw today, it's over. And
all the evidence that y'all saw today, the one video, that's the only thing that y'all saw that the public didn't see. We have watched it, dog. This, I told y'all already, I'm not trying to get worked up about this. I truly have been more emotionally detached from it because it's like they are gaslighting, right? And if you allow them to get to you, it really will work you up. But what's pissing me off about this situation right now is that we saw the same preliminary trial all week. There's nothing that y'all saw that we didn't see besides that one video. So when they come out of the courtroom and they're like, oh my gosh, today was such a crazy day. Brandon Taylor, we're going to get to him. Today was such a crazy day. They showed this, they showed that. It was so damning and all that. Dog, we saw the same thing, right? You were paid to be there. Jack Posobiec pulls up in a Ferrari and gets out for his trial, for this preliminary hearing. I am sitting in my office. I heard the same thing, bro. That's not what happened. And I try my best to have an open mind. I'm extremely biased towards like Erica, but because I just don't like her. But as far as a trial, how a trial goes, I try to be open minded. Please prove to me that this boy is guilty. Just prove it to me. You're the one that's convicting him. Show me what you got. And I know it's preliminary here and they can't show everything. But when I say, oh, no, that doesn't make any sense at all. People on X just start attacking you. Candy Coat, this, that. I'm like, bro, I haven't mentioned Candace in a whole week. 2 weeks probably. Right? And I don't wait for Candace to drop stuff either. Like before I start talking. I have my own opinions. Majority of the time. I've criticized Candace before. Not in like a crazy mean way, love her to death, but there's been plenty of things that I'm like, I don't know about that. But the second you question something, they're like, oh, Candy Coat, you don't think for yourself. Dog, I'm listening to the trial. I'm sitting here for 10 hours. Don't piss me off. I've listened to this boring preliminary hearing. Everything in the court system is freaking boring. They can send the whole thing through an email or they can cut it in half by 7 hours. They can cut it completely in half. Probably more. How slow everything is in the court system. Don't try me, bro. I'm listening to it, and this is crazy that y'all are trying to convict this boy, sentence him to death, when everything you have shown, you can't even definitively say that it was Tyler Robinson. And then you got this guy right here trying everybody's intelligence, talking about we saw it. It was just, man, the evidence is so overwhelming. No, it ain't, bro.
And that's what the lawyers said today. Please pray. Erica Kirk asked us to do this. Pray for a speedy trial. We have a right to a speedy trial here. It's in our Constitution.
I'm not praying for y'all, bro. I mean, maybe for truth to come out, and I don't know, bro. That's a controversial topic. Because that, everybody's a little different. I don't personally like to pray over extremely evil people like this that have so much control over stuff. Because they are just, that's a totally different topic. But I feel bad for Tyler Robinson's parents, whose son is sitting in the courtroom, and there's a whole flock of people behind that are trying to get this boy sentenced to death for something that he didn't do. And they can't even prove that he did it. I feel bad for his parents.
We don't have to wait years in order to get to a trial phase here. We want justice to be done. Justice has to be done in this case, and done immediately. So please pray for the Kirks. They've been through enough. Time for justice for the widow. And just a word to all the Christians out there. The Bible
justice
calls us in the Old Testament, the New Testament, to defend the widow, to defend the orphans, to provide for.
Defend the orphans. Them Romanian orphans? Them Eastern European orphans? Ain't no way you just said that, Big Ben. Defend the widow, defend the orphans. Really? That's probably not the best thing to say when you're talking about Erica in the same sentence. Just saying.
Her and to stand up for her. And so be a Christian today, be upright. Please pray for justice in this case and a speedy trial. Thank you.
It pisses me off, bro. It pisses me off when they throw that religious stuff, dog. Because, like, I don't think people realize how crazy this world, this country specifically, is headed to. Where you have people like this saying, be a Christian and do the right thing. What? This ain't got nothing to do with that. Nothing at all. I'm just looking at a case. Does it make sense? I mean, if it don't, it don't. If it do, it do. It ain't got nothing about being a Christian. Bro, like, you know how many people that probably claim to be a Christian and slipped up and accidentally murked somebody? And imagine the judge up there talking about, you a Christian? Okay, I'm gonna let you off today. I'm gonna do the right thing because I'm a Christian. You're a Christian. I know you murked 3 people, but God forgives all. So I don't think you should go to jail. What are we talking about right now? Be a Christian and do the right thing, and y'all have no evidence. Y'all trying to force this speedy trial to sentence this boy to death. And then they're gonna turn around and look at us and say, be a Christian and do the right thing. Dog, don't piss me off, bro. Really don't piss me off. Here is Brandon Tatum's. I'm definitely not playing this whole thing. This is 13 minutes. No, let's play Jack Posobiec's first. Here is Jack Posobiec's propaganda that or pushing propaganda when he came out of the courtroom of this 4K video that they showed Turning Point USA employees.
I think everything's been proven. I think it's proven. It's, I would say, beyond probable cause at this point. I think that the question for me is how do you even get reasonable doubt when there's so much evidence? But the thing that I do just have to say is that I know that you guys watching on live stream couldn't see the
facts.
The last video that was shown. Well, it wasn't edited. It was zoomed in. Yeah. It was zoomed in from the surveillance video off campus, and specifically the part of
that's not 4K. He's snitching on himself right here. That video that he's acknowledging that we know of, because he's saying the surveillance video from the parking lot, whatever he just said, we saw that video, Jack. That's not 4K. But you got your coworkers going around saying it's 4K footage. And yeah, the person just said enhanced. He definitely ignored that comment.
Losi Center, and specifically the part, the surveillance video off campus, and specifically the part of the Losi Center, the roof, and you see everything. You see everything. He climbs over, he assembles the gun, he runs over to the edge, gets down in a prone position, and you see the time, and we all know what time, and it was like so slow, just watching those seconds click, 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 and then you see him take the shot, and he takes the shot.
By the way, no, you don't. You don't see him take the shot. You don't see him assembling the gun. No, you do not. He's literally lying through his teeth right now.
And then immediately runs, and we've seen that video already, but I knew we were going to watch that, but I wasn't prepared to see this side of what happened, because we've never seen it before. We saw the other end of the shot, obviously, but this was a whole other level of just evil, and I got very upset watching it, and obviously
I'm hoping y'all see the same. Yeah, I think y'all do see the same thing. He's trying his hardest to act traumatized. He's trying his hardest to perform right now, and it's just not working. I'm not buying it. I'm not falling for it.
the family was very hard for them to watch, and I looked over and I saw Tyler wasn't even looking. He wasn't even looking. See what he did. And I would just say that I do wish the public could see that. I hope that video is made public, not because I want it to happen. I didn't want any of this to happen. I hate all of this. I hate being here. But people need to see what happened. People need to see the other side of this, because this is a case. We need to see the truth. We need to see the facts.
They don't want us to see it. It's reverse psychology, bro. They've been doing this since the very beginning. He's pretending like they want transparency, but they don't, just so they can be on record pretending like, yeah, we wanted everybody to see it. We wanted it to be transparent. Same as Erica. It was reverse psychology. It was, oh no, we want cameras in the courtroom because we don't want to hide anything. No, they don't. No, they don't. But the judge, I feel like, is being somewhat fair. So he allowed it. But if the judge was like, no, I'm not going to allow cameras in the courtroom, then Turning Point USA would have pretended like, no, it had this whole uproar, outrage type of thing. It's insane. Like they practice this. Like I think very deep. And I think about how Turning Point USA, every single one of them practice this performative BS, because this is like Erica in a male version. He's pretending to act all sad and stuff like that. They put on this performative BS. They have these strategical game plans to manipulate the public, every single one of them. And they practice that. But where? How? Who's in these conversations where they're having these talks about, we need to do this, we need to do that? Because all of them are on the same page. All of them are on the same accord. They're all acting the same exact way. We're going to see Brandon Tatum come out the courtroom next and talk about how he was so traumatized.
And this is, it's the video of the sniper taking the shot. It is exactly what you think it would look like, but it's one of the hardest things I've ever had to watch, probably since the initial, when this happened, the first video.
And it gets worse. Jack put out a lot of tweets as well that I'm not finna go through because it's annoying. Just talking about how traumatized he was from seeing what happened and all of that. And here is Brandon Tatum's, and that's also how you know it's BS, because once the video came out or was released in the courtroom, they do think we're stupid. All of Turning Point USA's employees or affiliates or associates, all of them went to X and made a video and posted their video about how traumatizing it was. All of them. So, yeah, it's fake and gay. Absolutely. Here is Brandon Tatum's traumatic experience in the courtroom during that video.
That was zoomed in. You could see it as clear as the noonday sun that he came into the facility. He climbed onto the roof. He was in a prone position. He took a shot, ran and jumped off the roof, just like the testimony showed. It was emotional to see Erica have to watch that, and to have the person who killed her husband in the courtroom. It was emotional. It made me upset at the reality of this, because Charlie was a good man, just doing what God called him to do, and some person who add hardly any value to this world decided to take his life. Was very frustrating. But I am glad that the evidence is presented. Anybody with any kind of integrity that want to know the truth, they have access to see anything they want to see in this court hearing. It was emotional, that last.
And I mean, the list goes on and on and on of the people who have made videos about how traumatic it was. Let me see. I think I had one more. There was another. It was another Jack Posobiec one. I'm gonna play a little bit of it. We might play the whole thing depending on how relevant it is. Just because Andrew Kovac and Blake Neff are also in this video, and they talk about the 4K footage. So the relevance is definitely there, but how long, I don't know. So we'll see.
Jack Posobiec, Human Events Daily, was there today. Jack, you were in the courtroom for this viewing of this video, the enhanced video. Tell us what you saw.
Look, guys, I'm not gonna mince words. All right, I'm gonna be blunt because it deserves it, and I'm just gonna say what it was. You see him shooting Charlie. You see him executing Charlie. You see him take the shot, and so you've seen the video. And Blake, I know you were there, man. And it was like watching Charlie die all over again, seeing this video. It's the most damning thing I've seen all week for Tyler Robinson.
Mind you, the footage probably doesn't even have audio because it's security cameras, it's surveillance. Most of the time they don't really have like audio. So it was blurry. You can't really see much, and it don't even have audio. And he's talking about, it felt like I was just sitting there watching Charlie die all over again. Huh? I saw that video. Ain't nothing comparing to that. If you show me something that don't got any audio, that's already better, because I'm never going to forget like that crack sound. And then when Charlie asked the last question, right? The last question, nobody's going to forget that. Nobody's going to forget the crack sound. Nobody's going to forget everybody freak out. You can't even see nothing in this video. I might be able to find the video that everybody's talking about, because there has been speculations going around that, I mean, it's kind of the same video that we've already seen, but you can't see anything. And he's talking about, man, it was like seeing Charlie die all over again. You could barely see anything in the video, bro. All he was looking at was the timestamps, and like, oh my gosh. Okay.
With the zoom in, it just changes everything. It's like
Yeah,
watching a completely different video, because the one that zoomed out, you can't even see anything. This one, he walks up. It's just like the officer said earlier in the I guess it was day one, that he walks up over the guardrail, goes down.
I mean, that's my thing. We'll see at trial why tank their reputations to manipulate us like this. That's my thing. You know, I always revert back to the same question that I ask everybody. Do y'all see these people coming out and apologizing and saying that they were wrong? I don't. So because of that, it leads me to believe this video will not be, we won't see it. Let me get to my theory really quick, because I know this is part of the thumbnail. The propaganda that is being pushed right now, the misinformation, the propaganda that's being pushed right now, the misinformation that's being pushed right now, this whole campaign that's going on with lying is going to be very detrimental, and is going to cost. It's going to come with a cost. I think with them coming out of that courtroom saying they saw the 4K footage and it's definitely clear as day, high quality, all that other stuff, I think that this and the propaganda that came with it, I think that this was going to be the push, or this is the push for Tyler Robinson to not be able to live with himself while he's in a jail cell, because he was just exposed to the world and to Erica. Erica was sobbing in her mother-in-law's arms and this, that, and the third. This is going to be that turning point where Tyler Robinson is now in danger. Tyler Robinson, I mean, I've been saying it, but we're going to say it again now that it's happening in live time. Tyler Robinson is now in danger because there's a reason why they're pushing that propaganda. They are not going to show that video. That is my call right now. They're not going to show that video, and there's not going to be some type of trial where that video gets played, and all of a sudden everybody's like, that's the clear footage. Everything that you just explained months ago is actually not in any of these videos. Clear footage. You can see his face. You can see the shot. You can see him assemble the gun. All the things that we just heard, there's no video that exists of that. So I don't see in the courtroom during trial, all of a sudden this video that never existed comes out of nowhere. And we're like, dang, bro, Benny Johnson was right. Jack Posobiec was right. No, that's not going to happen. If it did, they will all have to come out and apologize for lying. I don't see that happening. So I think now this is going to be the time. We have a window where now Tyler Robinson is all of a sudden overwhelmed with his face being in a crystal clear 4K footage of him pulling the trigger, and the whole world hates him because Turning Point USA went to the internet and spreaded misinformation that they saw his face and they saw him do it. Look how they're talking. They're talking about, it felt like I was watching Charlie die all over again. And all of a sudden, Tyler Robinson is going to get clipped in his cell. I couldn't handle the pressure. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for doing it. It's another confession. And it will never see any, case closed. Done. I think that's what's going to happen. Because I don't see any of these people turning around months later and saying, yeah, I know I said all those things back in July. I lied. Like, because that would be crazy. Like you said, that would ruin all of their reputations. And that just won't happen. It won't. These people are evil. So I think them not showing the video was very strategic. I don't know if the judge was in on it and all of that, but it was very strategic. And Turning Point USA is taking advantage of something that the public has not seen yet. And they're going to use that, push propaganda, spread misinformation. Tyler Robinson is going to somehow get overwhelmed and take a plea or not make it a trial because of how obvious it is. It's been people talking about, oh, no, that video that came out Friday, he's done. He's done. That was it. When that wasn't the case all week into that one video, something that we haven't seen. And as soon as they said that we don't get to see it, but they do, I was like, oh, there it is. This is the countdown begins now. 2 days of Tyler Robinson being alive. Let's see how long he makes it after Friday, right? So we're 1 day technically, or I guess 2 days. So we'll see.
And you could see him kind of working on something, and it's, you know, I believe that's when he was assembling the rifle. He then stands up. He runs very quickly across the gravel roof to the edge, and then when he gets to the edge, you see him go down, and he's in the prone position, and it's, you know, they have this clock, like the timestamp that's up, and it's 12:20. I think it's 12:21, 12:22 when he first gets there, and I'm just sitting there like, stop the clock, like don't, like trying to will time to stop, like don't get to 12:23, like just don't get to 12:23. And he gets to 12:23, and you see him take the shot, and he gets back up, and then he runs across, and you've seen the end of it already where he makes the jump, but it's all there. It's all there. It's on video. It all lines up, and I got very, very angry watching this video in court. I was gripping the seat. I think I almost broke my rosary. And to know that Erica and Charlie's parents had to watch this with Tyler, and he was sitting right there, and he wouldn't even look, by the way. He wouldn't even look. And someone told me that his own monitor was off. He wouldn't even look at the video as it was being played of what he did. And the fact that he was so close to us. It is an unspeakable evil. It's since seeing the original video, this is the worst thing I've seen. This is the worst thing I've seen.
Hey, I'm telling y'all, look how serious he is right now. These folks is not going to be apologizing in a couple of months. I've been saying that from the very, very beginning. These folks will not be apologizing. Look how serious he is right now. He is so for real. His life depends on it to spread misinformation. He will not be coming out in a couple of months and having this video play back and be like, dang, I lied the whole time. Nah, he's so for real because he knows how this is going to end. And I think the clock just started yesterday.
Other than the actual video of the gunshot itself connecting, that it was very hard to watch. Yeah, there was a shockwave across the entire crowd. And by the way, the video, so you could see him walking up too. And the video that we can see, and this, I need to explain this to everybody who.
You don't have to over explain, Jack. A 4K video is a 4K video. Don't over explain. Just show us. I know y'all can't show us, but that's what I'm saying. The over explanations, and I mean it's clear as day. Remember, you don't need to talk about it that much.
And by the way, sorry, I know I'm jumping around. I'm a little flustered, but
because you're lying. I don't really get flustered when I'm telling the truth about anything. I mean, you're kind of calm, collected. But you're flustered because you're lying, Jack.
The video that we see played on that monitor is so much more clear than the video that's on the live stream. When you see him walking around, it's not just a blurry guy or a pixelated guy.
He's basically saying the video they showed the public, he's saying to himself, I'm gonna let y'all hear what he just said.
Tyler Robin. When you see him walking around on that monitor but the video that we see played on that monitor is so much more clear than the video that's on the live stream.
He's saying the video that we see on our TV that they're showing the public is super blurry, because that's what it is. It's blurry. You can't really tell. You can see that it's a figure, but you can't tell what that is, bro. It could be a woman under there. He's saying that in the courtroom, though, only in the courtroom, I don't know what cameras they got where you put a camera on the TV and somehow it's totally different from what they're looking in the courtroom. But in the courtroom, it's clear as day. It's so obvious that it's Tyler Robinson in the courtroom. But if you put a camera on that same TV, we think it's a woman. we can't tell at all what it is on the roof. It's this guy, man. This guy.
When you see him walking around, it's not just a blurry guy or a pixelated guy. It's Tyler Robinson.
How do you know that?
Just very obviously when he's there in the red shirt and the shorts, and he comes back in all black.
He didn't come back in all black. He came back in black shirt and blue jeans, and the shooter had on all black. Jack.
Same guy. It's just obviously him. There's no question about it. It's so crystal clear.
It doesn't matter how many times you say that. It doesn't make it true, bro.
and every single one of these videos needs to be released publicly in its raw form so that everyone can see that. I understand, certain things they're holding back until trial. I get all that, right? But everyone needs to understand it's on video. Okay. It's on video. It is him. Benny Johnson came by today, and he hadn't been there early in the week, and he said he was stunned because he's been watching the live stream. I'm not watching the live stream. And he said he was stunned at how much better the video quality is when you're sitting there. And I guess,
you see how they got to explain how the quality is better in person. Dog. I mean, again, they just think we're stupid, bro. They think we're stupid. We wasn't born yesterday. If you got to sit here and explain to us and have a story about somebody telling you that how clear the footage is in person, but TV it's not, you're lying. You're lying. That's not something anybody cares about except for a liar that's trying to cover their tracks.
compression and it's live stream and the quality, whatever. We all know the tech, but it's very obviously him walking up to that roof.
You said that 25
and
times.
then to know and see. I mean, we all know what happened, but to see it, I mean, it's
Jack, just stop trying so hard. It doesn't look good on you, bro. Lying does not look good on you.
It's just playing over and over again in my head.
Jack, thank you for sharing that. And again, my thoughts instantly go to Erica and Kathy and Rob having to see the very moment that Charlie's life was robbed from him.
Oh my gosh. Right. He did all that, didn't cry one time. I mean, these people are pathetic. These people are truly pathetic. And so y'all got to see a lot of propaganda just now. And then Brandy
Sobek, Human Events Daily.
Brandy Cisalani was in the courtroom. 1 second, let me pull it up. So obviously you had Turning Point USA in the courtroom, most of them, which is crazy because there's only like 14 public seats. And it's like, I feel like Turning Point USA get like an automatic, 12 of them, or maybe Turning Point USA don't even count as the public. I just feel like we be seeing Brandon Tatum, Jack Posobiec, like Stacey Sheridan. I saw Erica's pastor friend that be rolling around in a wheelchair. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Something Cadiz. He was at one of the hearings. I'm like, bro, how many seats do y'all have for Turning Point USA employees and Turning Point USA affiliates, but not for the public? Because Brandy has been on X all week, and she's been literally camping out of the courtroom from Monday to Friday trying to get in. And she finally got in. And she got in on one of the most important days. And that is the day all of this propaganda started to be pushed about this fake video, this secret video that was 4K of Tyler Robinson, firing off the shot and all this other stuff. Well, Brandy was there, and Brandy suggests and says otherwise. Let's pull up what Brandy had to say. Brandy says, I was in the courtroom today. There is no high quality zoomed in footage showing anyone taking a shot. The video shown is the same distance as the footage of Tyler jumping off the roof shown in this screenshot. So this is the video that we've all seen already. It's been out literally since last year. And she says, I have no idea why people are claiming otherwise. They know the video isn't going to be released publicly. I knew it. I ain't even get to see this tweet yet. You can just tell, bro. It's the same patterns. They know this video isn't going to be released publicly, so they're misrepresenting what was actually shown in court. I mean, their game is just too easy to read. It's way too easy to read. Trigger Smart said even Gary doesn't agree with their take. Let's see what Gary had to say. Gary disagreed. I know I liked it. I like stuff to keep up with it though, because I don't know what Gary about to say.
Officer Tatum just released a video saying there's a video of Tyler taking the shot along with Jack and Benny Johnson. Yeah, so let me just clarify. I had a conversation earlier with somebody on the other side of this.
I mean, I can tell right now he don't believe it.
To be fair, we don't have a video, and I don't even think they're claiming this, of that person taking the
You see, he's trying to play both sides here. They are claiming that, Gary. They literally said that out of their mouth. But Gary is his soul is fighting his flesh, right? So his soul is already his soul is trying its best to bring back out the good Gary that we all used to know. I didn't know him like that, but when you look back at his old content, he was very informative on like guns and stuff. But his soul is trying to come back out and fight his flesh that he just sold away to whoever for a paycheck, because he's trying his best to be very reasonable. And he's like, nah, bro, that we don't have a video of the shot. That's not what they're saying. Yes, they are, Gary. It is literally what they're saying.
That person taking the like zoomed in, we can see muzzle flash, we can see recoil or whatever else. What they're saying is that we have a video of this person, allegedly Tyler Robinson, most likely, very likely. All right, Tyler Robinson getting in position at the exact same moment, and then you can clearly see this person's in the prone position, and right when the shot goes off, and then right after they get up. What they're not saying, and hopefully, because this was the criticism, was like, you can't see him taking a shot. I don't think that's what we're saying, but even
that's what they're saying, Gary. That's literally what they're saying. And I can see it. It's coming out of Gary. It's cracking. It's a little crack where you can see Gary's a real person. It's in there. The check might not have been that big last week. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe he's used to like 6-figure checks a month. They might have decreased a little bit of it. Maybe the check wasn't that big, so he was like, I can be half and half right here. Because that's literally what they said, Gary. Everything that you're saying, it sounds reasonable. Even Gary says allegedly Tyler Robinson. They're not saying that. They're saying that you can clearly see his face. It's clearly him. And you can clearly see that he took the shot. That's what they said, Gary. But Gary's like, no, I don't think they're trying to say that.
I don't think that's what we're saying. But even at the beginning of, and this is why the goal, Officer Tatum just
crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So Brandy, luckily she was there, and that was one of the main reasons why I love the fact that when she announced that she was going to be there, when she said that she's camping outside, props to her, respect to her, salute to her. Because we need people like that in this case. We need people to actually be there to spread truth on what's actually going on in Provo. Because imagine if Brandy wasn't there. Turning Point USA would be doing exactly what Turning Point USA has always done, which is push propaganda, lie, and we would not even be able to kind of prove it. But Brandy is there helping us all out by debunking all of their lies. And so let me see if Brandy said anything else. What is he saying?
When he was laughing, I saw it in real time, and I just sort of made him like, I'll never forget.
All right, let me see if Brandy said anything else, because I know a lot of people have been going at Brandy. Turning Point USA has been going at Brandy now that she's coming out debunking them and calling them all liars. Obviously, now they have a smear campaign and attack out on Brandy. Here she is right here proving that she was in the courtroom, because an entire thing went out that she wasn't even there. She's lying, blah, blah, blah. So here she is. It's so sad that people have to do this, but here she is proving that she was in the courtroom when everything went down, because they tried to tell her, no, she wasn't. She doesn't know what she's talking about. So she shows that. Then also I want to show she was going back and forth with Benny Johnson, I believe. Yeah. So after Brandy's tweet of what I just read, Benny Johnson replied. You know, Benny Johnson, the first person that we saw that had his sad, poor wife behind him, trying to stick beside him, but it's hard. Benny Johnson said, were we in the same courtroom? I was at Charlie Kirk. I was at the Charlie Kirk M trial in Provo, Utah, where Judge Tony Graff, called for an attorney for the victim to play a video described as high definition enhanced version of the security cameras. Multiple new clips, zoom ins, and red circle enhancements in this video. So that is literally the video that the judge said at the beginning of the week that he did not want to show because it had too many enhancements and too much stuff going on. And that video did not show a shot going off. We already saw that in a preliminary hearing earlier this week. And he's acknowledging that because he literally describes exactly what the judge said. It showed, oh, where you go? It showed clear images of Tyler Robinson's Dodge Challenger license plate, hubcaps, clothing, movements around campus, and multiple visits as he stalked Charlie, climbing onto the rooftop, lumbering across the rooftop, laying in a prone sniper position on the low-C rooftop at 12:22, taking a shot at 12:23, and fleeing the crime scene. It was so compelling that the entire room gasped at the Kirks as the Kirks wept bitterly in the front row, and Tyler Robinson looked at the ground. Multiple corporate media reporters in the room described the same video and scene. Did you camp out all night in your sleeping bag just to miss this critical moment? Or perhaps there's another reason you're not being honest. So now TBUSA's Benny Johnson is calling Brandy a liar. Brandy said, dude, no one gasped. You're just blatantly lying. I'm not going to let you get away with it. And then Billy, who I think is also in Provo, she, I think, either was there or outside, but she might have been there. She said nobody gasps. Billy is usually with Brandy. Nobody gasps. The decorum order is public info. Benny, it's a court order that the attendees aren't allowed to react to anything with facial expressions. That's crazy. That's crazy. She has a YouTube video. Okay, bet I'll play it. Obviously, with the direct parties being, she said there's an order that attendees aren't allowed to react to anything with facial expressions of noise. And Benny Johnson talking about everybody gasped in the courtroom. Fun fact, Benny, a girl got escorted out of the room on Wednesday for simply turning around and looking at the participants behind her multiple times. But people were gasping, you say? That's absolutely funny. Let me see if let me pull up a Brandy video to see what y'all talking about. Girl, Samora. I'm sorry. Yeah, Samora. No, it's Samurai. Girly Samurai. Thank you for supporting the channel. Brandon Tatum is a miserable mountebank, a slimy. So what is that? Oh my gosh. I need my glasses. Brandon Tatum is a miserable mountebank, a slimy vengely. I'm going to say the S is silent. Svengely, and generally a deliberately deceitful human being. Thank you for exposing the truth in a digestible format. I appreciate you for supporting the channel, Girly Samurai. Brandon Tatum is absolutely atrocious, and he came out with a video today of calling out Candace Owens for 11 straight minutes. So we're gonna see how that turns out. He says he's gonna call Candace to knock some sense into her. Not knock some sense into her, but talk some sense into her. So I'm curious, because that is an interesting friendship. And I'm curious that, Candace has never said, I'm not harassing and bullying anybody, bro. Relax. Candace has said that she doesn't like talking about Brandon Tatum as a brother to her, but Brandon Tatum has constantly bashed her. So we're going to see now that he released an entire video calling out Candace. This is 11 straight minutes. So we might get to it tonight, but we shall see. Thank you for supporting the channel, though. My apologies on mispronouncing those words. I definitely do not claim to be the most intelligent. Let me see. Brandy Cisalani. Oh. Yeah. All right. I'm going to try my best to play the important parts. I can't do all 53 minutes because I definitely did not plan for it. Let's see what Brandy had to say, because this is relevant. Oh, chill, relax. I don't know what copyright. All right, let's see.
If there's any issue with the sound, okay.
Oh, so this is that screenshot of her holding up her wristband too.
Yeah. Hello, Jeff and Billy Webb. Can you, is that in your ear? Do you have your AirPods? When we found out they only let 14 people in,
which we had no idea about, because Billy and I have been going to all the hearings, and they usually would let in about 75 people, right?
Yeah,
70.
Yeah.
And I think there was only one time Billy and I went to the court hearing where they turned some people away.
Yeah.
Usually there was not more than 70
but it
people.
wasn't us.
No, we got in every time that we tried to go, but it was just a little shocking. We weren't aware that they were only allowing 14 people in, so we were not able to go on Monday.
Yeah. So we stayed at the Airbnb. We watched it and took notes, and then of course you saw us go live. I don't remember who we were with. This week has been a whirlwind. So the rest of the days we camped out at the courthouse. You can look at our social media: X, YouTube, Instagram. And if anyway, 40 overnight, I went and I tried my best to get some sleep, and I just couldn't. So I'm like, hey girls,
I'm doing my best. I do want to hear the part of what happened Friday. I know this is what the majority of the video is about, but I'm trying to find that one specific part, because we definitely might have to break down all of this maybe tomorrow, because I wasn't planning for 53 minutes.
I'm going to go back to the Airbnb. The judge didn't want it shown because it was an altered video. He made a post about it. Well, they had shown a video in the courtroom that the public wasn't able to see, and the judge didn't want it shown because it was an altered video. He only wants original, but he did show it to the courtroom. After that, social media influencers exploded, of course, on Erica's side, dishing out their propaganda as they do. And the rest is history. Brandy responded to it. It went viral. And so there's a lot going on. So with that, thank you guys. It's been a rough several hours since that happened. It's pretty intense. Brandy, because it went viral, she's got a lot of people attacking her, a lot of the larger influencers attacking her, which is a very uncomfortable position to be in. So please make sure you offer support on social media. And with that, why don't you, Brandy, tell me what start from when you went in, who was there, how was it different on Friday than it was the rest of the days? Because really, you said there was added people in there. So I'm going to let you start with that.
Yeah. So sorry, I just want to preface, if I look deliriously tired, it's because I am.
Mm-hmm.
I probably got 3 hours of sleep last night, just because yesterday was very overwhelming. When I posted what I did, I guess I did kind of expect the reaction, but not really. It's kind of crazy when you're just a normal person and you just post the truth, right? Like what really happened. And then you just get attacked online. And I'm going to be honest. I cried like 5 times yesterday. I was like, why are people lying? I was upset about the fact that people were lying about what they saw. And then me and Billy being attacked for just telling the truth about what we saw. It was just very overwhelming. Yeah, it was just very, very overwhelming.
It went so viral that, more people attacked you. And so there were,
it was just crazy, but
lots of tears were shed.
But
then you have to think about, like, what does Brandy, like, what's in it for her to lie? When you really bump up and compare the two, Brandy, Yappisode, Brandy, Brandon Tatum, Brandy, Andrew Kovac. What's in it for Brandy to lie? Obviously, when you look at the other side, they all have a lot of motives to lie. I can name off a lot of things. So based on just that, it sounds very genuine. I believe her from already, but I just don't understand why people don't see this, or enough people. I know we all see it.
Yeah. So just if I look puffy, that's why. But just to explain kind of what Teresa was asking. So in the first pew, usually it's either Erica and TPUSA people, or it's Tyler Robinson's family. And then the second pew is the public, which is the 14 people that have wristbands. And anyone saying that we didn't go in the courtroom, which there was hundreds of people yesterday saying that we didn't get let in. I still have my wristband on for being in the courtroom.
I have it in the bathroom. I took it off this morning.
Oh, you
And
guys should have
Okay,
saved those.
well, Zach Costello was like, you should show your wristband. I was like, I still got it on.
You should show the date because we had a different wristband every day.
Okay, yeah, I can
I'll go
show it
get
really
mine.
quick.
Can I
It
go get mine
says,
really quick?
can you guys
No.
see it? It says, I think, I
July
mean,
10th.
if people don't believe us at this point, like, you're stupid. I'm sorry. We were in the
And
courtroom.
you should have a green one, a yellow one, and a pink one that say July 8th.
It does. That says July 10th.
Stupid. I'm sorry. We were in the
And
courtroom.
You can see it right there. July 10th. Or it says 10 July 2026.
You should have a green one, a yellow one, and a pink one that say July 8th, 9th, and 10th. And then I would have one that say July 8th and July 9th. Or sorry,
I threw them away.
Yeah,
I didn't
same.
keep them because I didn't think that we were going to need to prove
was
that we
not
were in
gonna
the
be-
courtroom, but I still have mine on. So just want to
Okay.
let you guys know.
I just want to. It's cool.
Yes,
It is.
So,
I'm going to keep this one
so,
forever.
so in the first row, it's usually it alternates on days. It's her group of supporters in the front, and then on the alternate day, it would be Tyler's family in the front, and then we'd be in the middle, and then the alternating, people would be behind us, and we weren't allowed to look backward. We can't look them in the eye. We can't make contact with them. We can't try to interview anybody. So that's what it was typically. Now on Friday when they showed up, Erica was in the front on that day, and she took up 2 pews in the front. So they were set even further back than we normally are, and then Tyler's family was in the back.
Yeah. So yeah, to continue on with that story. Yeah. So like we said, typically it's just either Tyler's family or Erica or TPUSA people in the front or the third row. But on Friday specifically, TPUSA, Erica's people, they had a massive amount of people that showed up where they took up 2 rows in the front. So the first 2 rows were all TPUSA, Erica Kirk's people. And then the third row was the public. And then the fourth one was Tyler Robinson's family. So there were way more people on the TPUSA side on Friday specifically.
Yes.
Billy, would you agree?
I think.
Wow. So they knew, we're not done, but they knew Friday was going to be the day where they would show that secret video. For Friday to be the day where the most TPUSA people showed up. Wow. Wow.
It was like that all of the days though. And I had talked to the director of security at the courthouse about this. I was like, dude, why are we only letting 14 people in? And he's like, okay, so here's the thing. If the Kirk family wants to bring 30, have 20 people, even if the Robinsons only want to bring 6 or 7 people, we still have to save 20 seats for them. So there were 2 rows for Erica every day.
They were just maybe at different pews.
Yeah, like they would have been 3 and 4 versus 1 and 2.
Right. Okay.
So you
but
wouldn't
there were
necessarily see
more
them other
like
days.
podcaster or people there. Like Benny Johnson was only there on Friday.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that was the second row of people. But Jack Sobek was
Mhm.
there every day. Benny Johnson and Kai also were only there on Friday, right?
Benny Johnson was only there on Friday. Correct. Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. In the chat, they're saying, Billy, that your audio is a little bit quiet. I know you couldn't get your external mic to get going, so maybe just
Yeah,
sit
I'm
a
not
little
actually
closer.
using this.
Lean
Oh, you're
in.
not using.
Are you
that?
using your phone?
No,
Are you
I'm
using your?
I'm just using my MacBook audio.
Oh, okay. So just make sure, like, maybe kind of lean in and don't go sideways or backward.
What you guys
Because-
should probably do is turn your volume down because it's just a contrast between, like, I know my MacBook audio is just fine, but they're having the contrast between like your really good speakers and my shitty ones. So if they turn their volume up, you're going to be really loud.
Okay. Someone just said that your volume is good. So
Okay.
maybe
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing right now, maybe
It's
just keep
good. Yeah,
doing that.
you're when you're closer, I think it sounds pretty good. So, okay. So, among the group in the first 2 rows, some of the big name influencers were, drum roll. Go ahead.
Oh, for
The big for
TPUSA?
TPUSA.
Well, Brandon Tatum was there every single day. Jack Posobiec was there every single. What are you laughing about?
Brandon
Um,
Tatum, the Brandon Tatum show every single day. Sorry, we'll get
It
to
was
in a
so
second.
dramatic. Like, and it's like whatever. Like, but it was just kind of funny. Billy started laughing. It was like, why the hell did they even care about him? No. So every time, like he would
Hold on. What's she just joke about? Let me see.
walk. Why the hell did they even care about him? Funny. Billy started laughing. It was like, why the hell did they even care about him?
Dang, I can't even hear it. Can y'all hear the joke?
No. Billy started laughing. It was like, why the hell did they even care about him?
Why the hell did they what?
No. So Billy started laughing. It was like, why the hell did they even care about him?
I don't know. Somebody had to understand the joke or hear the joke.
No, so every time like he would walk out of the courtroom, people would swarm him and want an interview. And I don't know, Billy, you paid more attention to him than I did. You said it was about like every single day. It was like a 45-minute interview. I was sitting on the
Throw captions on. All right, I'll try one more time.
ground because you said it would swarm him and want an interview. I'm like, he would walk. It's like, why the hell do they even care about him? No, so every time like he would walk out of the courtroom, people would swarm him and want an interview. And I don't know, Billy, you paid more attention to him than I did. You said it was about like every single day. It was like a 45-minute interview. I was sitting on the ground because I was so deliriously tired. And when he walked out, people were like, you know, flocking to him. And I was kind of just like, okay, like I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't really understand why he's like that relevant.
So I'll be completely honest. The first time I ever saw a video of his, unbiased, I had no context of who he was. Very intelligent. Like
Jared and Erica's family. So those people were there. Among them also then of course was Stacey Sheridan, Erica's family. And we can definitely do another live together where we can get into all more of this stuff that you guys want to hear too. But for the sake of time and today, we want to tell you specifically about the video. So the video, who was it that posted it first? I know Benny Johnson. Was it Benny that put it first?
Well, they didn't post any, but you mean like just
just the comment. They spoke. They
Yeah.
spoke about the video that was shown. Now, nobody. Again, the judge said he didn't want the public to see it because it was an altered video. He wants to only show original video. So he showed that in the courtroom. Did the video look any different to you guys than the rest of the video that we've all seen as the general public?
Do you want to speak about it first, or do you want me to?
Oh, what I wanted to mention was the fact that, you know, I'm driving home because I have a 45 to an hour minute drive, and you call me, and I had just left your house. Like I just dropped you off 10 minutes ago, and I think I didn't answer, and then you called me again, and I was like, hello, and you're like, you can see the shot being taken, is what he said.
Because I was so confused,
and I literally was like, oh, no, because we weren't even the ones who knew what was going on when he was doing that live interview just a few feet away from us.
And we were confused. We thought we misheard him, right? Because we were talking to other people and they were like, yeah, no, he was explaining how they saw Tyler Robinson specifically take the shot. And I was like, that literally didn't happen. I was like, there's no way that he just said that. And then we were talking to other people that were also in the courtroom with us. I'm like, maybe I heard it wrong because like, yeah, why would he say that? Because that didn't happen. Yeah. Like maybe I heard it wrong. And I was like, there is no way in hell that he just said that he saw Tyler Robinson take the shot because I know that literally didn't happen.
Yeah. So do a recap. Tell for people who haven't seen it or don't know exactly, just give a summarization of what he posted and what he was claiming he saw.
What Jack Pasovic said.
Yeah, what they're claiming.
You, I watched it once briefly yesterday and I was just,
months ago today is something he tweeted, which I'm the one that told him that, that it was exactly 10 months, but something he quoted Benny Johnson's tweet, which was absolutely ridiculous, and said, it was the worst thing I have seen since 9/10.
Oh my gosh. Yes. It was, I'm sorry. It was so drama.
Oh my God.
Like, okay, Billy, did you feel this way? Because I was sitting in the courtroom, we were watching the video and I was kind of just like, what is the point of this? I was just like, there's nothing like crazy in this video. There's nothing new, like really. Like I just, the fact that Benny Johnson was like, people gasped.
Yeah.
And I was like, no one gasped at all. People were like falling asleep because they kept talking about like,
go ahead, sorry.
No, I just like for the longest time they were talking about how, oh, you showed the letter and like that's not allowed. So now we're not showing any more exhibits because you guys messed up and you showed the letter. And then it went into the DNA conversation for a while. And like, oh, there was multiple DNA on the gun. And we're like, oh, that's interesting. Then at the very end, they show this video and I'm sitting there staring at the screen and I'm like, what are we seeing that we haven't already saw? Yes, we did not see the footage of the car driving into the parking garage, which let's just break down what we saw. Car driving into the parking garage. Then the car disappears because it goes in parks, right? And it's like a security camera from a parking garage. Then you see a guy in a maroon shirt walking through the parking garage. Then you see a guy in a maroon shirt walking up the staircase. Then you literally see the same video that we've all seen. The video, it's the same camera angle of the guy jumping off the roof, which is allegedly Tyler Robinson. It's the same camera angle, you guys. All it does is pan over to the left and zooms in slightly, and you see a figure on the roof, but it does not zoom in 4K.
It's interesting because she said he arrived in maroon when I believe he arrived in all black. Was his final time getting on this, coming on campus and taking a shot. I believe he was in that black long sleeve, the black glasses, the hat with the blue jeans. But she said the video that they saw, let me just make sure I'm hearing that correctly. She said the video that they showed was him coming on campus in the maroon, and he did like twice, but that's not the final time. But if that's what they showed in the courtroom, that's also not true.
Hey, like Ben, and you, all it does is pan over to Lee Tyler. The video, it's the same camera angle of the guy, the same video. Then you see a guy in a parking garage. Then you see a guy in a, here's because it goes in parks, right? And it's like a security camera from a parking garage. Then you see a guy in a maroon shirt walking through the parking garage. Then you see a guy in a maroon shirt walking up the staircase. Then you literally see the same video that we've all seen. The video.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of irrelevant, but if that's the order, then that's not an accurate representation of what happened that day. That's not even the last time Tyler Robinson was on campus, or the time that he arrived on campus to do his, act or whatever. So that's very interesting. But again, it's not really that relevant. I was just like, I hope that's not what they show, because that's a lie too.
So it's the same camera angle of the guy jumping off the roof, which is allegedly Tyler Robinson. It's the same camera angle, you guys. All it does is pan over to the left and zooms in slightly, and you see a figure on the roof, but it does not zoom in 4K like Benny Johnson says. You cannot see Tyler Robinson's face. It could be anyone. It literally could be anyone. It does not zoom in well enough at all for you to be able to tell who it is. You can see someone crouching down. You cannot see anyone pulling a trigger. There is no sound. People are.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it wasn't gonna be no sound. That is so crazy, bro. Oh my gosh, that is so crazy.
Saying on oh, there was. You cannot see anyone pulling a trigger. There is no sound. People are saying on oh, there was sound. You could hear the gunshot. That is an absolute lie. No sound at all.
So
that is literally the angle.
This is the.
Yeah, that's the angle we all saw already. This came out months ago. This came out right shortly after September 10th. Like probably in the next couple of months, we saw this angle. Honestly, that in the 33 hours, I think we saw this because they were trying to search for Tyler Robinson. It was like, look, he jumped off the roof, blah, blah. We've been seeing this.
Video, or this is the photo that you posted on X Brandy, and
yes.
It was literally so tiny man on the roof. It might have been slightly zoomed in like that.
Exactly like that. Mm-hmm.
It might have been slightly zoomed in, yeah, like that. But it's still a tiny little figure on a roof. It's like a maybe.
And he said, "Man, that was Tyler Robinson, man. Like that was Tyler Robinson. We saw him. It was clear as day. That's crazy."
Maybe the cars on the ground.
So I'm just so angry about this.
So let me
just blatantly lying.
let me say what he said. Okay, so he posted let's see. The judge told the media to turn off all cameras and allowed the full enhanced footage of the murder to play. Every moment of Tyler Robinson that day captured in full quality HD, zoomed in. Some footage in 4K, tracking all his movements. So what the ladies are saying is it wasn't zoomed into Tyler's face. The entire video was spread and zoomed into. So we want you to get that straight. They didn't zoom into his face. They zoomed the entire video, which you all know. We all know what you do, what it looks like when you're doing that with video and with pictures. Okay. So, and it's the same quality as we've seen, and it was enhanced and because it wasn't in its original state, the judge didn't want to see it. Now, the only difference from what the other videos that we've all seen already is that maybe the video started a little bit earlier in that sequence than what we've seen before. Okay, so he goes on to say, you can see crystal clear Tyler Robinson's face.
No, you cannot.
No, absolutely.
That is a blatant lie.
Here's the thing. Exactly. Yes. People are like, oh, they're very strategic with their words so that they don't have to lie. And like full quality HD, some 4K zoomed in. Okay, those things could all be true. I don't know how he would know whether some were 4K and some were HD. I have no clue how he was like, some were even 4K. I could tell with my eyeballs, which were sitting 25 feet away.
They were security cameras.
They're security cameras.
From a distance. From a
I wanted to
distance.
tweet about that.
Exactly.
The one that is an absolute lie was Tyler Robinson's face, crystal clear.
Oh my gosh.
Live,
It could have been
live.
anyone on the rooftop. It could have been literally anyone. It was just a black figure. There was no zoomed in 4K footage of anyone's face in any video. Even him walking on the staircase, his head was down. You could not see anyone's face. It's a blatant lie, and it pisses me off.
Could you see the gun?
No.
No.
So
no.
yeah.
I mean, it was far
What
enough
did you
away
see?
that you couldn't even see really you knew a man was there because you had just seen a tiny dot walking. And then
How did you know it was a man? What makes you
Sorry.
if you
It
couldn't
could have been a woman.
if you
I don't know.
you yell.
Yeah, a figure.
Okay.
Am I screaming? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm just really
You're-
no,
no,
I'm screaming in her ear. I'm just really heated about this.
I'm gonna be
It pisses
deaf
me off.
after a week with Brandy, I swear to
I'm
God.
a loud person. I scream.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this question and I'm asking for a specific reason. How did you know?
Can't even see right. Can't even see the gun either. I mean, what? Oh my gosh, bro, this is so insane. Just I cannot stand liars, bro. I can't. It just pisses me off. And these folks talking about you can see Tyler Robinson's face. It's 4K. You see the shot. Like, man, I just had to watch Charlie die all over again. Just remember he said that. And they're literally sitting here talking about, bro, you couldn't even really see anything. You couldn't even, it's the same footage of the wide shot from the the parking lot.
If you were sitting in a room alone, you know nothing about the case, you know nothing about who it is, you're looking at the video, how do you know it was a man, Billy?
okay, I'm sorry. I need to be more precise and intentional with my words. I don't know it was a man. It was far enough away to where it could have had big boobies and I never would have known.
Okay.
And I saw your tweet about that this morning, Teresa, and I thought that was an amazing tweet because yes, had Tyler Robinson like not been in jail, there's no way that anyone could see this footage and be like, that man is Tyler Robinson. No.
Absolutely.
Like, we're assuming that it's him because of him being in the courtroom.
Because
That's what he
he's
did.
the topic. Because he's the topic. So if I was sitting in there and they're like, today we're having court because Teresa Bruce did blah blah blah, would you be able, if you had a picture of me and you watch the video, would you be able to pinpoint me or point me out in a lineup?
I mean,
If you had a
the
picture and
stairwell
the same with the
videos,
same, yeah,
the stairwell videos,
right.
I'd be like,
So
that's not long hair.
yeah,
But the rooftop
yeah.
video that everyone's freaking out about, I don't know
Yeah.
if there's long.
Would you be able to say, look, throw us in the lineup?
There will
How
be.
do
Out the figure. I was staring at the screen and I was like, I don't even know what we're really looking at here. And then afterwards, Billy and I were talking to this photographer and he was asking us, you know, what was the most eventful part of the court hearing today? And I was like, well, it wasn't the most eventful one, in my opinion. And, you know, we learned that there was multiple DNA on the gun. And then Billy, I think you were like, oh yeah. And then remember they played the video at the end and they like showed some footage that we haven't seen before, but it wasn't anything like crazy.
It wasn't, it's literally the same type of stuff that we've already been seeing. Like,
Yeah.
I think they played an average about 15 clips and I really wish I would have counted. But
Yeah.
Hey,
there
Zach.
were like 3 or 4 that I didn't know that I hadn't already seen before. Most of them I
And
had
it was
already seen.
like the car driving into the parking garage. I think it was like the parking garage footage and then like the longer video of a figure on the roof. But oh my God, I'm still so angry about this. The fact that they're saying it's a zoomed in, clear as day, 4K video of Tyler Robinson pulling the trigger, taking the shot. That is just a blatant lie. A blatant lie. And I really hope this video comes out. I really hope it does. But the thing is they all know that it's not going to. So they're
It might,
manipulating
it might.
everyone.
You don't
I
say
hope
that.
I hope it does, but I'm just saying the fact that they're like, oh, the exhibits aren't coming out. They are blatantly lying because they know that the public is not going to see the video. So they're trying to manipulate everyone and be like, we saw this as we were there. Well, guess what, guys? Billy and I were there too, and we did not see that at all. And thank God
Randy,
we were there.
I genuinely don't understand why they wouldn't release the footage. So they might actually release that thing because it's literally
There's nothing graphic
nothing.
in it. There's nothing crazy in the video, guys. I'm telling you, it is not that crazy of a video. I don't know why they won't release it either. They literally
I mean, hey, I wonder why they won't release the Aspen video too. It's a trend. I'm telling you, we have already picked up on the pattern recognition from Turning Point USA and these people months ago. It's pattern recognition here. They have a lot of secret things going on. Every time something happens that goes against what Charlie used to say, it's always some type of secret conversation that they had that we can't confirm or deny. Oh, y'all have no idea because Charlie said behind closed doors that he was scared of gay people. He said that to me. Yeah, the cameras weren't on. It was just me and him. It's the same thing. Oh, only we saw the video in court. Nobody else. We saw it. Trust us. Trust us. We saw it. The Aspen video, we're not going to release it, but just trust us. Trust us. Charlie definitely said that stuff. Nah, Zach wasn't there. Zach just sent in a super chat. He wasn't there though. Brandy, Billy. I can't think of any like male creators that was in Provo, but yeah, not Zach though.
Really should.
I'm trying to find.
You guys will all be flabbergasted.
Well,
if you watch the video and the way that they're describing what they saw, it is such a lie.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't have a little tiny black object, but I'm cracking up right now because I can't stop imagining Jack Posobiec talking about the video of the tiny black figure moving his way across the roof, being like, "It's the worst thing I have seen since 9/10 itself."
What are you talking about?
I'm so glad we saw that video first, because now that it's funny, I'm so glad we saw that video first, because I wouldn't know what she was talking about. That is hilarious, because that's literally what Jack. Y'all remember what Jack was looking like? Jack was looking traumatized from that video. Traumatized. I just couldn't believe that. I mean, Andrew, I'm gonna be honest, man. That was the worst video I've ever seen. Since 9/10. It was like I was reliving Charlie dying like all over again. I had to see it all over again. The shot, it was just so traumatic and traumatizing. I gasped in the courtroom, and Erica was weeping. Erica was crying, leaned over into her mother-in-law's lap. And Tyler Robinson, that man, he just stone cold killer. He didn't look our way. He just looked at the ground like the evil menace that he is. He didn't even look at the camera footage. He didn't even look at Erica. Just cold. No heart, no remorse. He had his whole soliloquy about how traumatized he was. Guys, that was the worst thing I've ever seen since 9/10. That was by far the worst thing I've ever seen since Charlie dying the first time. And it kind of reminded me, like, I couldn't believe it, bro. Y'all are funny. I couldn't believe it. If you listen to him, I promise you, I would have thought that yesterday was 9/10 and Charlie actually was alive until yesterday, and something happened and Jack Posobiec saw it. That's what it sounded like. That man talking about that security footage was traumatizing. That security footage came out months ago. It ain't nothing new. Then the fact that it's nothing new is even crazier. It's the same footage they have played the whole week. So what about this one time of you watching the same footage? It'd be different if it was different, right? I can give them a little leeway if it was slightly different, right? It was a different video that we haven't seen before and whatever. It's the same video. How are you crying? No offense, maybe all offense, because you're lying and you're faking it. How are you crying about the same video that has been out since September? And they've been playing that video all week in court. Oh my gosh, bro.
And it's really unfortunate because we talked to Jack Posobiec for a while and he was really nice.
He was
and I was
cool.
like, oh, he's a nice guy. He was really nice.
Though. I wasn't that surprised. I mean, you don't tweet all the stuff that I've seen him tweet in the past, and then just you're suddenly a cool person yesterday.
Yeah. And I was present for the conversation, and he said the following. What did he say?
Yeah, I'm not going to say who it is, because it was just I don't want to. I mean, it was
conversation, and there was a conversation, and I was present for the conversation, and he said the following. What did he say?
Yeah, I'm not going to say who it is, because it was just I don't want to. I mean, it was like just a private phone call, and I don't feel comfortable sharing who it was. But this person was in the courtroom talked to them on the phone, and they agreed. You absolutely could not make out that it was Tyler Robinson. You could not see a gun flash. Like, you can't tell that someone is actually shooting a gun. And they did say Benny Johnson likes to kind of exaggerate things and embellish things. So I was like, okay, did we see the same thing? Do you agree like that this was not clear as day 4K Tyler Robinson? And this person absolutely agreed with me.
Yeah.
And Benny Johnson does like to embellish things. That's a fact.
Yeah, I mean, that one you didn't need to be told by this person. Everyone knows that. But let me give you guys an example that I gave to the news outlet that Brandy and I spoke to after we came out. So we were like not the farthest that you could be away from the screen, but like maybe more towards the middle or the other side, because this.
I mean, it's absolutely crazy. I get the gist of it. I'll definitely have to. I'll have to listen to the rest of it another time, probably when I get off. But I mean, it's insane. That's what everybody's saying. Just hearing it from truth tellers and them really just be like, bro, it really was not anything. That's diabolical. That is diabolical. Paramount not so tactical. So you said Tamu Tatum was putting out a debate challenge. Yeah, he went at Candace. And yeah, we could definitely play that. Waiting on the Tatum take. Say less. Hopefully you're talking about Brandon Tatum going at Candace Owens. Let's play that to finish up the show tonight, because I did not see that coming. I guess I kind of did, but I guess the timing of it, I didn't really see it coming today. Let's see. Here we go right here. So for the ones that don't know, Brandon Tatum, he put out an 11-minute video of him directly going at Candace, directly calling her out, which has not happened in this entire 10 months. He has, for 11 minutes, he's called out Candace by name a couple of times and stuff like that, but he doesn't really necessarily like talking about her. I've heard through the grapevine that anytime Brandon Tatum has to call out Candace, it's a humiliation ritual from his bosses, because he doesn't really like to do that. Because before, he never really mentioned her by name. He would just be like, if you think like this person, he would like call out a theory of hers and say, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And if you think that this is true, then you are, the R word or something like that, or you're stupid. When it's like, bro, Candace is the one that came up with that theory. Like, what are you talking about? It was the weirdest thing ever. But, he started calling her out by name, and that's when I heard through the grapevine that his bosses weren't too happy. His bosses wasn't too happy about him never mentioning her name. And y'all all know Ben Shapiro is somebody that was like telling everybody that even Candace Owens is the godfather of her child. Ben Shapiro was like, you have to say her by name, condemn her by name, say her by name, or say her name. And so Brandon Tatum started to do that. He ended up creating a members only video calling out Candace a little bit, and I bought it just to see what he said. So he put it behind a paywall. So he doesn't really like to do it, but that goes to also show you that he is bought and paid for, the fact that he has to do all of these things just to talk about Candace, because you can tell his bosses are putting pressure on him. So he dropped a video today for 11 minutes, an 11-minute video saying my thoughts on Candace Owens, and it's not behind the paywall. Brandon Tatum is in a lot of trouble, everybody. He made a public video about Candace Owens and had to talk about it for 12 minutes, and watch how uncomfortable he is throughout this entire video.
I do condemn what she said. I love Candace. Like I always say, I just don't understand why her direction on this is that way. I'm going to call Candace, because I'm not the person to get online and talk trash about anybody, especially not somebody that's my friend.
Who do you think is behind this?
I don't
Do you think
Tyler Robinson was there.
You don't think he was there?
And I believe you said that in total, Mr. Robinson visited the UVU campus 4 times that day.
Yes, that's correct.
And let's just be clear, that's all based on UVU surveillance video. Is that fair to say?
That's correct, yes.
I want to tell you guys about Verdict, best bourbon on the market. I tell you is bitterstway.com. Alan, thanks so much for these. Order some. I guarantee you'll like it. All right. Candace Allen, thanks so much for the super chat. Candace Owens openly offered to assist.
Just watch how uncomfortable he is throughout this entire video.
And provide information to Tyler's defense team. She openly accused Erica of being involved. Do you condemn her? I do condemn what she said. I condemn what she said. I love Candace. Like I always say, I just don't understand why her direction on this is that way. I'm going to call Candace, especially after this trial. I gotta talk to her because, you know, we have a relationship. We have a friendship. And I don't want to see my friend just fall off a cliff over this, because I don't know if she's just getting bad information or what. Like, Erica Kirk is not.
It's gonna backfire now. You can't say Candace Owens is your friend. Not with the bosses he got.
Not involved. What was the other thing that the questioner said? It was something else that she said that Candace had said. Oh, offer to assist the defense. Now, in La La Land, and it's just me being honest, and if Candace is watching this, I love you, Candace, but like, we got to keep it real. In La La Land, you know, helping the defense makes sense, but in reality, helping the defense is helping Charlie Kirk killer get off.
It's calling Candace delusional. That's La La Land. And yeah, I agree. If you was gonna call her, then you should have called her before you made this video. That's what a real friend would do. But no, you chose to talk about her first on camera, condemn what she said on camera, and now you're saying, oh, I'm gonna call her later after I post this video of calling her out.
Like, I don't know if the intentions are there, but I don't get it. The boy killed Charlie Kirk. No matter what you think, he killed Charlie Kirk. And helping the defense team is trying to help the killer of Charlie Kirk, our friend, go free. And justice not be served for Charlie Kirk. And
he said our friend.
And justice not be of, and helping the defense team is trying to help the killer of Charlie Kirk, our friend, go free. And
listen, I've been waiting. I got to make a full separate YouTube video for this. I have been waiting for this day. I've been waiting for the day for Brandon Tatum to do this. For months, I've been waiting for this because I want Candace Owens to respond. I do. I've told y'all from day one that I never understood their relationship because Brandon Tatum, not like early on day one, I'm talking about from September 10th and on. I've never understood their relationship because Brandon Tatum talks bad about her all the time, and she never talks bad about him whatsoever. And I was like, I just don't get that. Because she was avoiding it too. People used to ask her that in her supers at the end, and she used to be like, hell, he's a brother, he's family. I don't want to talk about that, you know, this politics or whatever. But Brandon Tatum went on this run of calling her out, like, oh, you're stupid if you think like this, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't think that they don't make sense to be friends. And that's when the insider with somebody with Brandon Tatum was telling me a couple of things. And I'm like, it doesn't make any sense on how they're cool. Same thing as Tucker Carlson and Erica. They don't make any sense. So I'm like, I don't get it. I mean, she could be loyal to her friend. But, you know, again, he's calling her all of these different names. And I'm like, okay, I guess. But all the people at TPUSA that Candace gave the benefit of the doubt or was cool with or whatever, but she still ended up like looking into him or at least calling them out. I'm like, I think one day she's gonna call out Brandon Tatum. Hopefully today's the day. Hopefully that comes soon.
Justice not be served for Charlie Kirk. And I'll say this, everybody that's watching, why hasn't the defense used any information from Candace Owens and others? Because it's not real. I'm not trying to be mean or nothing. It's just not real. There's no material evidence to be had. If there was somehow a third-party person that somehow has done an investigation outside of evidence, because no one has access to forensic evidence other than the forensic investigators. So nobody can really make a conclusive statement about evidence other than the people at the lab. So if you don't have access to interviewing the people at the lab. You don't have access to seeing what their findings are. You don't have access to forensically interview people, and not just interview people. You don't even have if you don't have the training to properly interview somebody, you cannot claim that you've done an investigation. I don't care who you are.
No, I have been waiting. I have been waiting on this day for Brandon Tatum's bosses to say enough is enough. Pick a side. I have been waiting on this because now I feel like Candace got to respond. I feel like she got to. It's no more. He's a friend. He's a friend. No. No more of that. No more of that. I'm not accepting it. I need a response. I need a response. This man is calling all your theories stupid. He's calling you delusional. He's saying, what are you doing to our friend? What are you doing to our friend? That's our friend that you're not helping. Ooh, come on. Candace, I've been waiting on this day. Waiting. And I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna probably talk about that in the YouTube video. So I ain't gonna get too far into that.
And with that being said, if the investigation from a third-party person was so diligent and so concrete and so damning and revealing, the defense team, who's getting paid millions of dollars to defend Tyler Robinson, would have called the third-party person and said, give us what you got. They hadn't made one argument based on any conspiracy theory. So now you're led to say that the defense team is in on it. That's the only thing that's left. The defense team has to be in on it because they're overlooking all this evidence too. I'm gonna call Candace maybe one of these days I'm gonna call her. I'm busy today, but I gotta talk to her because I don't.
You're busy making a video about her. You're busy talking trash about her. But you don't have enough time on your hands to call her once you're done talking trash about her? Okay. Too busy today. Okay.
I'm not the person that get online and talk trash about anybody, especially not somebody that's my friend. So y'all got my opinions on it. You got my opinions on what I think of what Candace is saying. I'm going to call her because after the evidence has been presented, there has to be some reconciliation with this.
Somebody said, would you ever sit down with Candace? 100%.
Yeah, then look, it's only been 5 minutes. This entire thing, he is going at Candace. So yeah, I'm loving it because I could not wait. I could not wait for this.
And if Candace is watching and somebody send it to Candace, I would appreciate the opportunity to sit down with Candace and go over these things because
somebody send it to Candace. Dude, you call her. Well, she doesn't answer the phone. You text her. Why do you need random people to send Candace a clip so you can sit down and talk to her? What are you talking about?
I believe that the things that I say could be helpful to her statements moving forward. Why did Erica forgive him and not Candace? Well, who's to say that Erica didn't forgive Candace? Oh, wait a minute. Why did Erica forgive him and not Candace? Are you saying Erica forgave him and didn't forgive Candace? Are you saying Erica forgave him, but Candace didn't forgive him?
Why did Erica forgive Tyler Robinson and so quickly, but she's not forgiving Candace?
How do you know if she forgave Candace or not? She gave a public speech where she mentioned that she forgave Tyler Robinson. You don't know how she feel about Candace, do you? Okay. I think you should think about that. Now, if you tell me that all of your ailments and your critique of Erica Kirk is all from Candace Owens, you need to look at multiple sources because you're getting it from one place. And you need to consider that one place may not be the best place to get the information. It may be. But if you're just picking all of your stuff from the same person, you got to question, like, why is all of the negative things that I hear about Erica from Candace? Her charities and all this other stuff. Why is she not in jail then? If
She's always been charitable, even her business.
Now she's talking about some charity.
That's crazy. Why she's not in jail then?
I think they're not in jail then. Candace. her charities and all this other stuff. Why is she not in jail then? If she has some,
She's always been charitable, even her business.
now she's talking about some charity. I think you know that rumor of them like
Yeah.
sex trafficking, something crazy.
But yeah,
I'm looking into multiple sources.
yeah.
Well, what's another source that you've seen as charity, or you initially heard about this charity? Somebody said, I think she said, have you looked into it? No, I don't have a reason to. I don't.
Bro, he's telling these people in his Q&A that if Candace is your only source, find another one. Listen, if I'm gonna instigate, okay, I'm going to instigate. I need pregnant Candace to respond. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of Candace talking about how great Brandon Tatum is of a friend and never saying anything. And then this is what Brandon Tatum has been doing this for months, bro. And shout out to Candace. I don't know the dynamic. I have no idea, but it seems like she is more mature to the situation because she's not really ran and operated by anybody. Her bosses aren't telling her to say something about Brandon Tatum. So I'll give her props. However, Brandon Tatum has been talking trash about her for months, bro. So I've been waiting on this.
I don't have a reason. I don't have a reason to look into a charity. Like, where is the evidence that the charity is actually?
But even on the timing, she would have had to been trafficking kids when she was like.
And if she was doing it, she would be in jail right now. You think she's such a public person? You think she was trafficking kids and she got off? Now you got to go into another conspiracy.
That's crazy, ain't it? If she was doing all of that, why she ain't in jail? Oh, dude. There's no way that he genuinely like has this thought process. I think he's just been so used to being bought and paid for, it's just became his personality.
Because then you got to say that people knew about it and refused to prosecute her over it.
Someone says the charity nonsense has been debunked over and over. Yeah, I don't even.
I bet it's been debunked. You know,
No. It was proven that people involved. No. It wasn't people involved in the charity. It was people in Romania who, like, were involved in multiple charities. One person, either like on a base or something, was doing it.
Yeah.
It was like,
it's not. It's all nonsense that's brought up just to smear the girl. Nobody heard about the charity. Then therefore Charlie was implicated. You know, like, give me a break.
Charlie may not have known, bro. That's the problem. He may have known everything to the full extent. I think he had awareness of quite a few things, but I don't think he knew everything to the full extent. And if he did, that's another conversation. He's not Jesus, bro. He's not a perfect God or something. He's Charlie Kirk. So he may have known. You don't know that. And he may have made a mistake because maybe he thought that it wasn't nothing, you know what I mean? You just never know, bro. But he's making it seem like then Charlie would have known. So what are we saying? Well, he might have known. So what are we saying?
It's sad that y'all make Charlie out to be an idiot.
Facts. She was in China again. Yeah. She was getting done in China. And Charlie did not know that. That is confirmed because Charlie was on a podcast and he said, my wife used to live in China, or she lived in China before, and she used to do charity work there. Cap. Your wife was following a ball player around, getting put through every night. Charlie didn't know that. And so he's saying, oh, y'all think Charlie's an idiot if he know. He's naive. I'm not saying he's an idiot. We everybody has had their time of being naive. Charlie was naive.
It's sad that y'all make Charlie out to be an idiot.
Shabbat shalom.
I don't know why people do this. Like, the more you talk about Erica, it make Charlie look bad. He was too dumb to see that this woman was that crazy. Like, come on.
Naive. Yes. Naive. Either naive or, I mean, I'm believing that he was just naive. Or the possibility is that he knew all of this stuff and it was arranged and assigned, and he also was aware of the fake marriage he had to have in order to fit the political agenda and his political presence, because he would look weird as this bachelor smart political figure guy that doesn't have a wife and kids because he's not somebody that could just pull any lady. You know what I mean? So this is just like a conspiracy, my brain. So there's a possibility that he could have very well known that, man, I just have to sign up to marry this woman because I can't be around here pushing family and keep your wife at home and pushing all these different things to these crowds, and I don't even have a wife. So possibility, but again, I want to lean more so on the side of he was just completely naive to some of these things.
Smartest man in the movement. But...
Smartest guy in the movement. He dies, and everybody around the world is mourning his death, and people are turning to Christ. And he was this oracle, and he was one of the smartest people that I ever known. But he's too stupid to pick a woman, and everybody around him too stupid to know she bad. Everybody around him, his mama, his daddy, his best friends. Nobody said nothing about Erica when he first got married. He's been married for 6 years. None of the people that are talking about her now had a problem with her in the past.
They may not have known, bro. That's the problem. They may not have known. And that's just what it is. That's all.
Nobody looked up these charities or nothing in the past. He has been openly married to Erica Kirk for like 6 years. She on stage. She got a podcast. She was on reality TV.
Yeah, he's lying. I mean, he's not alive anymore, but it would have been 4 years of marriage, not 6.
And nobody ever said anything about Erica Kirk until Charlie died and he could not cover her. And the wolves came out to get her.
I know.
That's what happened to Erica. That girl ain't doing nothing. She a regular person like everybody else.
I don't fly private jets everywhere. I don't hang out with Donald Trump all the time. I'm not on TV all the time. I don't have $1 million houses. I don't have $1 million in my bank account. All from a nonprofit? All from a charity? We are not the same at all.
And people just making up random stuff. Like, you ain't got no real evidence, man. It's clearly people got beef with each other and they be saying stuff. I like,
Yeah, she's like the sweetest person.
She's so sweet and kind, and she handled this really well for what it's worth. I watched her, I watched her cry. I watched her be sad. I watched her have real emotions in this stuff, man. I mean, y'all ain't there. Y'all ain't there, man.
It's like fun gossip fodder.
And man, if I came all the way out here, flew out here to support Erica and her family, and Erica was being weird and not really
his wife for sure
seeming like she really cared about Charlie and showing sympathy and fake crying and stuff, like I mean that would piss me off. I've spent all this money to come out here and it's all fake, and man, I would be pissed. I'll be the first one being like, man, I'm finna leave.
It's not your money, bro. Shut up.
I mean, 15 grand to come out here and it's all fake and weird. You think I'm stupid? Man, I'd have been out of here. But Erica, she's genuine, man. She was crying the whole time. It was bad, man. It was bad, dude. And her mama was crying too. I mean, Charlie's mom was crying too, and her dad was very sad. And it wasn't a game, man. Y'all out here living on the internet. Like, if people really going through, she really mourning the death of her husband. Y'all on the internet.
Yeah, for entertainment.
Entertainment. She's going through real stuff. And the funny thing is, I don't know why people don't look to me and say, Brandon is very balanced in this. I know Erica, and I know Candace.
You know why? Because you don't hate the Jews.
I know Erica.
Is that his wife in the back, bro? Bro, what is she talking about? How she gonna come out of nowhere and say it's because you don't hate the I'm gonna just play it. I ain't gonna say it. This is so cringy, bro.
Well, and I know
You know why?
Brandon is very balanced in this. I know Erica, and I know Candace.
You know why? Because you don't hate the Jews.
I know Erica well, and I know Candace well.
No,
and people see the grace that I give Candace.
What does this conversation have anything to do with the folks in the Middle East? Oh my gosh, bro. They're talking about Candace and Erica. He's talking about Candace and Erica right now. And his wife comes out of nowhere talking about it's because you don't hate them folks in Izzy. Ah, she's in on it too, man. She's in on it too.
Even though I disagree with her. What, like?
No, it's because
I don't understand. You think I would?
She doubled down and said it again.
It's Israel.
If somehow I was like,
look, even Brandon Tatum like, bro, can you stop saying? You know how bad it is when Brandon Tatum is ignoring you when you're saying Izzy and all of its affiliated words. Usually Brandon Tatum perks up and gets super excited to defend him. He's literally like, bro, can you stop, bro? You said that 3 times now.
You know, being.
No, it's because
I don't understand. You think I would?
It's Israel.
If somehow I was like,
she said, it's I can't even say it, bro. It's them. It's Izzy. Brandon Tatum's like, bro, no, it's not, bro. This is, oh my God, this is crazy.
You know, being biased in a situation, then
for real.
You know, anyway, I don't want to go in that, but I love y'all. All the people that saying love y'all, man. I love y'all.
There's a lot more city people than I thought they were. So I'm thankful.
I just wish more people. Some people I'm really disappointed with, man, that I see online talking about Erica did. I mean, grown men who should know better or should at least do their due diligence before they make a comment. I'm disappointed in them. I see the same people that were my friends. I ain't never done nothing wrong to them, but I showed support for Israel, and they losing their minds.
Oh my gosh, man. It is, yeah. Look at what his life, but look at what his wife looks like. Who's that woman in the background? I believe that's his wife, but let me see. What? Oh, okay. There's better pictures. The couple of pictures that first popped up, I was like, maybe there some from back then. The ones back then are a little better, but this is nah. I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was like Laura Loomer's sister for a second. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I can see why she's saying what she's saying. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'll pull some pictures up that they got on here. You know, I don't want to just like sit here and look at his wife and be like all super weird about it, you know, sitting here judging his wife. But I'll show y'all what I'm looking at. Let me refresh this. Yeah, so this is her. That's why I say, you know what I mean? I was like, this picture, I'm like, oh, okay. But right here, I was like, hold on, is that Laura Loomer? You know, Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's a cute picture. Both of them when they was younger. Y'all said filters. uh I think that's her too right here. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I think that's enough for tonight. It's I can't get out of my mind, her in the background just screaming. It gotta be the ooze. It gotta be them. It gotta be Izzy. I'm like, bro, can you shut up and go in the other room? Bro? I'm making a video, bro. Like, oh, I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie. That first picture, she definitely looked like Loomer. She do. I can't lie. And maybe that's what kind of messed it up for me. I couldn't unsee Loomer after I saw that first picture. Cause I'm not saying that she's like ugly, you know what I mean? I'm just saying that, I'm just, when you okay. Anyways, we'll see what Candace says to Brandon Tatum, because I feel like she is going to respond. I figured it wasn't Laura Loomer herself, because bro, that's what I'm saying. She do look like Laura Loomer. I swear. She definitely looked like Laura Loomer, and that was kind of scary. If you got any woman in your life that looks like Laura Loomer, you have to distance yourself. You have to, because that is a crazy, I don't know. That's a crazy look to look at every day. I ain't gonna lie to you. I couldn't. Every time I see Laura Loomer pictures, I'm like, you're scary. I just no. And then when you hear all these stories about Laura Loomer talking about, she used to throw herself onto guy interns, and she would just pop up in a bed, doing stuff, and they were like, bro, yeah, I just, yeah, I don't know. But we'll see what Candace says. Hopefully she responds. I'm definitely gonna be instigating. Y'all ain't gotta worry about it. I will be front row seats, instigating this whole beef. Just because I've been sick and tired of Brandon Tatum talking trash about Candace Owens. If we want to be completely honest, I've just been ready for something. I'm like, all these people we have brought up, people that I've never heard of that are being brought up, that Candace is calling out. That's great. But I'm like, oh yeah, it's time, bro. It's time. I need Brandon Tatum to sit down and not mention Candace anymore. And let's see what happens with his job, because he's gonna have to pick a side. It always happens. He's gonna have to pick a side eventually. Fully pick a side eventually. But hopefully y'all enjoyed the Yappisode 42. I do appreciate y'all for tuning in all the time, because I know we have a late night show where we kind of decompress everything. And I know Eastern time right now is 1 a.m. and we just be up vibing. It's 105, 104, 209 people listening, and all different places around the world and times and stuff like that. So I do appreciate y'all for listening at such a late time. It means a lot. I'll enjoy not having to yap alone. I will never ever miss those days, because those were, you got to start somewhere. Not necessarily TikTok. We've been doing that for years, but YouTube, we for sure used to yap with 3 people in the chat. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button as well. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're on the road to 25K. I do appreciate all the support along the way. Again, if you want to support, the Yap community, this channel, and Baby Yapper number 2 that is on the way, there is, gotta have it pulled up. I'm not used to this. Now I gotta always have it handy. Here it is right here. If you want to support the Yap community, this channel, and Yap number 2, whichever one it is, Lil Yapper number 2 that's on the way, you can always do that by going to buymeacoffee.com. You can see it right here. Buymeacoffee.com, Jay the Yapper, the number 1, Jay the Yapper 1 is the username. You can see profile picture and all of that stuff. So you can be a supporter on buymeacoffee.com if you choose to do that. If not, that is perfectly fine. I appreciate everybody as usual. Usually I get to all the comments or most of the comments, but we definitely played that Brandy video that we needed to play. That was we needed to watch that. So I won't be able to get to the comments tonight, but we will be back more than likely tomorrow. I don't have anything going tomorrow, I don't believe. So make sure you guys turn on the notifications so that way you can be notified every time that we go live. You don't miss anything. Outside of that, I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all Saturday night. I hope y'all enjoy y'all Sunday as well. And I will see y'all on the next one.